So now I'm going to wait for you to be the last question of the day. So
Well, she can bring it out again.
exactly.
We're ready.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Olayinka Hassan. Thank you so much for coming to the North Film Festival in New York for the year of 2023. I am grateful to be on stage to be able to ask my fellow filmmakers about their projects, what inspires them, and I'm just grateful to be here today to speak with my colleagues. And today, the filmmakers we have is Maxim, Tamia, and Edward.
Round of applause.
Okay, so we're gonna dive in today because our colleagues are excited to ask you guys questions. Please tell us a little bit about your film.
Oh, it's a documentary art house film. It's about feeling. It's not about dialogues. It's a true story. It's 5 years ago, and now I make 2 films, but it's not the end. But I see videos 5 years ago, and I 3 months ago I think, wow, it's really a movie. It's art house, and it's a story about. I've been in. Sorry about my English. It's not my language. I've been in art residency. I'm artist, and. I make a picture and film. It's all about one strong mouse. He teach me, and I want to teach others. In life, I don't have. There are no small, no big decisions because it's. I live with this mouse, and all day I go to take photos, meet somebody, and at evening I see he did. Where I live, I see altar where many gods, and this mouse before he died, he go to the plate in altar, and I think it's last he walk, and I don't know how in English. Sorry.
French? Tu français?
No, he's a Russian.
Oh, so yes.
So no worries. Thank you so much. And
Maladet. Spasibo.
yes.
I wish Amir was here. He could speak with you. Amir speaks Russian also. So I'm Tamia Dow. Actually, I'm very fascinated by my colleague. I got a chance to speak with him before he came in there, and I've been blessed to go to Russia and do some missionary work, and I know about that much Russian. But he's very fascinating because he grew up, he's from Russia, and now he's on kind of an artistic exploration. It's a very interesting situation in his life, and that his mother's Ukrainian. So for about a year or a period of time, he was in protest of the war, and then finally just left, and now he's exploring the world and showing his craft. So I really look forward to watching you and following all that you're doing. Yes. Let's give him another round of applause. And this is what film festivals are about. You know, we need to get to know each other, each other filmmakers, because all of us need that little bit of encouragement. And I think you and I talked for 2 minutes, right? You know, and I found all of this stuff out, and it's just amazing. About me, I love to travel. I did the Lauren's Choice, and what that film was about is depression, okay, and how the things that happen to us in our lives, how we react to it. And as you saw, Lauren had a bad reaction, yet it took the people around her to love her back into who she was, to include herself. So those of you who watched it, because I know some of you guys came in like halfway through or towards the end, you saw how she just went into her own, she grabbed, like they say, she climbed into the bottle. She became an alcoholic. Throwing her family away, throwing her house away, throwing her life away. No interest whatsoever in this world that we are currently in. Yet her family loved her back in. And her friend introduced her to recovery, the way to get out of it. And the key thing they said was that you have to first admit that there's a problem. And that's for all aspects of our lives. If we're dealing with grief, if we're dealing with, substance abuse, if we're dealing with whatever, we have to first admit there's a problem. And then we must seek out help to get better. And that's why Lauren had the choice. What would she do? And she chose, as you saw, to walk out of the house, to step into the light, because she was self-imposed in darkness. So that was the story of Lauren's Choice.
Yeah, my film, Edward S. Recker's Entertainer Chat, I've always liked to talk to people, meet people, and interesting enough, my entertainment chat, most of the people that I interview I have actually never met before in person. My past interviews, Darwin, Stephen, Michael, Ella, and I met them virtually for the first time, just virtually, and only after the fact I met them in person. It was a completely surreal experience, and it was like, I've always seen them on the screen. I first met Ella in Barcelona last year, and it's like, oh my God, I says, there's the rest of the body attached, like to the head of the neck here. I says, oh my God. But I never expected to enter this into like film festivals, like in modern times with all the technology. They always tell you, create your own content along with your acting and, auditioning and things like that. So I just expected, I says, well, I like to talk to people, I like to meet people. And I says, well, I'll just make, just maybe a series of short films and upload them to my YouTube channel. So then my very first film festival, which I was privileged to be cast by Ella last year after Mom in Barcelona. So I figured to myself, well, I've made at that time maybe a few interview films, and I says, well, I guess that would be a great way to get into film festivals, besides. So that's all of this came to be, and I've had the privilege of actually meeting in person people that I'd first known virtually, and so I'm loving the ride, and I'm taking this as far as it can go.
I do love how each and every one of you really not just express how you feel about the films that you made, how you wanted to make an impact in the world. What advice would you give up-and-coming filmmakers that are on the straight path, especially after we're doing post-pandemic and the strike is over? The SAG strike is over. Yes.
Just do it.
Truly.
That is what I would encourage you to do, and I think that the pandemic and also the strike should have given you all ample opportunity to find creative avenues. There are so many ways to be creative, whether it's creating your own social media channel, whether it is creating your own content and putting it out there. We are all given a talent, each and every one of us, at least one, okay? What we do with that talent is our gift that we give back to the Lord and to the world. So if you hide your talent in the backyard and go, oh, it's gonna cost me too much, it's gonna this, oh, I can't travel, or I can't this, and you just start going down your series of what you can't do, as opposed to what you can do in your own space. Even if you post a small video every day, saying something positive, or something encouraging, or something, that's your space. And you never know who you will speak to. You remember in the movie, I said to the man, you send out these positive inspirations. We too could do that. Because you never know when you say a positive phrase or encourage somebody, like that scripture said. It said, for I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and give you hope. God has a plan for each one of us and a talent in each of our coffer. What we do with that talent is up to us. And we can maximize that talent. I think Beyonce, Oprah, Jay-Z, name it. People who started off as artists, became business moguls, became et cetera, you hear what I'm saying? Multiply the talents and the gifts that you give you, and as you walk through those doors, the blessings will come. So please don't be quiet, you guys. Use your talents.
Yes.
Yeah, what I,
She got a question.
what,
Wait.
no, I would just say, to young filmmakers or even filmmakers that are just trying to decide if they wanted to come into this medium or not, it's just like follow your passion. I mean, if you've got something that you want to say, you have something that you want to do, just follow your passion. It just goes back to a saying that I remember even before I started this journey. It says, you got to feel comfortable with being uncomfortable. So there have been so many situations that I've been uncomfortable with, but it's like, well, I accepted the fact. I says, well, I'm getting used to feeling uncomfortable, and that's the only way, that's the only path to follow. So I tell that to a lot of young actors or filmmakers, and just go for it, follow your passion, and you never know where you're going to end up. Just like the other three of us up here. So yeah,
Feel the fear, do it anyway.
that's right.
Thank you so much to the fellow filmmakers, but we do have time for 2 questions.
Awesome. She's all like,
Yes, hi, say your name. Hi.
Hi, my name is Heidi. I met them earlier.
literally a Burger
This
King.
is so awesome at Burger King. Okay, we got to put that online. Right. So my question is, what is the biggest challenge about taking on this role, Tamia?
The biggest challenge I think I kind of articulated to you guys is to have the courage to do it. To really just have the courage to believe in yourself enough, to believe in yourself enough, to believe in yourself enough to create the process. And then once you've created the project, to actually release it to the world. Because there's a lot of people who have creative projects that are unedited, unreleased, because they want to make it perfect. There will never be perfection, trust me. You can edit, you can re-write, you can do as much as you want to. The film will never be perfect. You will watch it and go, something that you could have done a little better. But the bottom line is, release it. Because people will be blessed and touched by your films, your projects, whatever you do. And I emphasize, do it. Amen?
And please say your name, your question.
Yes.
Laura Isabel Figueroa, and my question is, for all of you, we've been talking, or you have been talking about impacting the world with your talents and your creative project. So how has completed this project and taking it out to the world through festivals at this point has impacted or changed your life?
Oh, that's a good question. I'll start very quickly so my colleagues can also be able to answer the question. So, film festivals have educated me So even long before I first ever created my own film project, I attended film festivals. I had no idea I was going to become myself a filmmaker. And now that and once I became a filmmaker, I became more educated by watching other people's film styles and film work. And then after I learned from that film work, I just created better and better projects. But like I said, if I looked at my very first film compared to my number 17 short film I just did up there, number 17, you guys. You know, but that was because I believed that the Lord had a message for me to convey, and I believed in myself enough to pay for it.
Awesome. All right.
Nice.
No?
I'm already told we ran out of time, but thank you so much for the awesome filmmakers for presenting.
Thank you for coming. We look forward to the next block.
Yes, thank you so much. Yes, we have the next block coming in for 1:30. Please stick around. Thank you so much to everyone. Thank you, filmmakers.
Thank you.